Jason Blaha here, just getting my morning walk in. Thought I would stream it for you guys. Quick reminder, if you guys see this after the stream is over, please comment down under the video, get some engagements up by commenting. So you just drop a hello, thoughts on whatever you saw in the stream, but just drop something, drop me a like, drop me a comment so that it gets more people see it later. Also, I have 3 coaching slots open right now. Hit me up on that, guys. You guys know I coach full time. Occasionally it's weird, I'll get someone to message me and ask me if I have slots open. And I'm like, man, I've been advertising every day. Of course I have slots open. But then, you know, it's always funny. I think the last client I took on had actually asked me that. So maybe people aren't getting the message, right? Maybe I'm not spamming it enough. Once a day is not good enough. Need to post it like 5 times a day. So that everybody knows. All right, hopefully I can keep the sun out of this. Sun's coming up behind me there. So I think if I stay mostly in the woody area, we're good. You know, we're good because of the trees overhead to block the sun out. But yeah, so I'm obviously doing these without the weight vest. I don't need to hit to my recovery walking around that 50-pound vest. Like, you know, people would say that occasionally. I'd laugh. Someone would say like, oh, that's not that big of a deal. And I'm like, yeah, you go do it every day. Like, if you don't ever ruck and you throw a 50-pound vest on, most of these guys who say that, they'll be done in 10 minutes. But right now, I still need the recovery hit. Rayo, how you doing, man? Also, click that like button for me, guys. But yeah, so right now, I don't need the hit to my recovery. I need to just walk. And that's the idea. I'm training really hard. We're progressing on even supplemental lifts. So I'm getting stronger. I've got my nutrition pretty well optimized. Like, at this point, all I care about is lean gains, recovery, muscle fullness, all that with my nutrition. So recovery. I'm not even caring about trying to drop water. So that's the other thing. When I look a lot leaner, it's because my carbs are low, right? My carbs are low, my sodium's low. That's not conducive to me maximizing lean muscle growth right now. I need everything hydrated, so I'm sodiumed up, potassiumed up, carbed up. All right, but it's all clean food. Like, it's literally brown rice, avocados, natural peanut butter, sweet potatoes, chicken, oats, you know. Will straight wrists on bench help prevent shoulder aches? Yes, I've made whole detailed videos about that. In fact, if you do a search, you'll see that I've got one literally about your grip and shoulder pain on the bench press. So I have a whole tutorial where I sit down and explain how to rotate everything, how to grip it to make that go away. Nice to see you here too. Good to see you, man. Well, Adar, that sounds like your own problem. And of course, I gave it a like. I appreciate the likes, man. What's your daily carb recommendation? Is basically as high as possible while minimizing weight gain. Yeah, I mean, it depends on your maintenance calories. But I mean, if you're trying to gain lean muscle, ideally your carbs need to be pretty high. But that also means, all right, get rid of this guy with a racial slur. All right, we don't need that in here. All right. There is no ballpark. What's your metabolic rate and what's your protein intake look like? So, do you burn 2,500 calories a day or 4,000 calories a day? You see the problem with the question? So 1,500 calories is how many carbs? That's over 300 grams of carbs. So you see the problem with the point? Literally 2 different energy turnovers is going to be, 350 grams different in carb recommendations, assuming fat and protein are constant. So for one person, it could be 200 grams. For another person, it's 800 grams. So again, people ask the wrong questions. It's like, how many? I don't know. What's your maintenance calories? BMR is irrelevant. BMR has no bearing on anything that we do other than knowing that going under your BMR on calories is really bad for muscle. Like, you will 100% lose muscle, guaranteed. Okay, so 2,200 maintenance, and that's low. You gotta get that energy turnover up. I'm about to have to find a place to stop and tie my shoe. All right. So, give me just a second here, guys. I double lace and yet they still come undone. I don't know why. All right. Are we good? How many calories does twerking? I have no idea. What your individual activity burns is completely irrelevant. All we care about is your daily turnover. So Ray, here's what I'm going to say, man. 2200's low. Get your protein up, man. Start cranking your protein up higher and stay on top of your training. So you're failing on 145 bench. Do you need coaching at this point? Ray, I got coaching slots open, dude. Hit me up on Facebook. We can't be stuck at a 145 bench. Right? I have coaching slots, dude. Trust me, it's worth it. I'm not that expensive. $250 a month. I can fix this for you. All right. Because you were talking about shoulder pain on the bench, talking about 2200 maintenance, failing on 145. No, dude, we need to fix this. This is not that hard. I don't have to have you train that much to fix this either. It's not like you got to spend 5 hours a week in the gym. You know, I have guys who work out 45 minutes 3 times a week who bench over 225, who squat, 315 for reps. Just normal, regular guys with jobs and kids and stuff. I feel like I avoid carbs, so that maybe why am I training? Yeah, that's a problem. Dr. Ursa, dance in the kitchen, lose it yet? I know that song. Oh man. Wait, is that, trying to remember which song that is. I know those lyrics. They're going to be the one, if you want to play in Texas, you got to have a fiddle in the band. I think that's it. How much time do you think one needs a week to get jacked? Like, to get jacked, at least 3 hours. Well, no, not necessarily 3 times body weight. That's still a lot. I don't know, at 2200 maintenance, you need to just revamp. I don't know. I need to see your whole breakdown of your food. Like, I don't want to give a recommendation like that. But definitely the low carbs is not helping you. You're talking about a 145 bench and a 2200 maintenance. That's definitely need more carbs. When's the last time you had a full client roster? Last time I had to turn clients away to do a full roster was 2.5 to 3 years ago. Approximately maybe 3 years ago. Last time my client roster was full. Where I literally had to start telling people, no, I need a wait list. And that was way, way, way more clients than I currently have. So yeah, it's been 3 years since I've had a full client roster. And when I say I have 3 slots open, that means I'd be willing to take 3 this week. It doesn't mean I wouldn't take 3 the next week and 3 the week after that. It's just more than 3 people in a week would be too much. So that's why I put the number 3. No, I mean, I'd be more than happy with 10 new clients right now over the next month. So no, I'm definitely not full. Full for me, excessive is when I hit like 40 clients. Like, that is an absolute, has to be 100% hard cap. I cannot handle more than 40, I know from past experience. 40 clients turns into a 50, 60 hour coaching work week, just by itself. So when I passed 40 3 years ago, it was just, I could not handle the workload. I think it reached 43 at one time, and then some people dropped. I'm like, oh, thank God. I was turning people away. It was just too much. But do the math on that. That's $250 a client. So, so I would say my client roster's only been full ever for about 3 months. Ever, really. Hit those likes though, by the way, guys. We have no one in here, and it's because people aren't hitting the like button. If you guys would hit that like button for Daddy, I would appreciate it. We're 10 minutes in, we only have 2 likes. This is not conducive to a good stream. I think I'm gonna eat as much carbs as I can get in a day while not gaining that much weight. Yeah, I think that's totally reasonable, Ray. Like I said, Ray, I have coaching slots open. I can sort you out. Let me know. All right. Coach just got back from my own walk. Just found you on your stream. Awesome, man. Hit that like button for me. Appreciate it, Peppermint. Are carbs the most important muscle growth? No, protein is. But carbs play an enormous role. Absolutely play an enormous role in terms of creating an anabolic environment because of the hormonal cascade, muscle fullness, glycogen recovery. But technically protein is the most important. But once it reaches a certain threshold, protein stops being beneficial for extra muscle growth anyways. You know, for most guys, it's going to be like by 150 grams unless you're really big. It's going to no longer really contribute significantly. At that point, it's just more valuable for saving off body fat recomposition. I mean, I eat about 200 grams a day. I could honestly get away with less. I just don't know how to eat less unless I just went vegetarian. I just don't see how I would eat less than 200 grams. It's just not possible for me. Like if I went to only dairy, maybe I might drop to 150, like cut my chicken out, or, you know, but that's like the only way I could go under 200. No, carbs shouldn't be avoided. I mean, there are things we do, there are reasons we do lower carbs for certain reasons, right? Specifically things like dropping water to tighten up and stuff, but it's not, lower carbs is going to make it harder to gain muscle and strength, yes. Right, and at the end of the day, muscle and strength will help you recomposition further, right? So always keep that in mind. There's your context. No, I'm not checking any such thing out, dude. Nobody cares. I think you're a troll with this hair cafe thing. Would you say a novice would progress faster if they prioritize carbs while bulk slows? Yeah, I agree they would. Most novices, if they prioritize clean carbs, quality carbs, while very slow bulking, yeah, they would definitely do better. All right. You know, people talking about drama-free content. This is drama-free content. I just get rid of the trolls. I get rid of any mention of any such nonsense, and there's no drama. I'm gonna start tracking my carbs way more. Yep. I mean, Stephen, for me, baseline every day is 2 dry cups of brown rice is usually how I start my breakfast right now. It's like a baseline, very first meal. So that's like 1,300 calories of brown rice. I was about to ask, but I realized it was a troll. Yeah, Peppermint, we don't need to worry about all that nonsense. We just get rid of them. Also, get those likes up, guys. Hit that like button for Daddy. We need those likes. Especially if I run this one a little longer. This is a non-training day. It's still early in the day. I can get away with a nice long walk here. But works a lot better if we have more people. All right. No, Peppermint, I sort them quickly. I know it's not hard to pin them down. They have the same little minor talking points. Like there are certain things that if they mention, if a person even mentions, I know for 100% in fact they follow the trolling circles. Like there's no question about it. or they watch the hate videos, so in which case they're a troll. Like, sane people don't watch that stuff. Thanks, Chris. I prefer we have a serious live without any nuts. I agree. Why does my wrist go straight to bed when, hey, Ray, dude, I have a whole video on that. Like, I have a detailed video I did a couple months ago, breaking down your exact questions. I can try to link it to you. Hit me up on Facebook so that I have a direct link again to you. I'll get you the video later today. Instead of trying to explain that here, I have an extremely detailed step-by-step video on that, showing the hand positions and why that happens and how to fix all of it. I just made it a couple months ago. It's true, must be why. I have no idea what the heck they're talking about. Yeah, I mean, peppermint, it's I already know at this point. No, I don't wish that I had hair on my head. I mean, think about the stupidity of your question. You have a guy who chooses to shave the hair off that they still have left for skin health reasons because of psoriasis, and to ask them if they wish it. Yes, I wish that I had bleeding lesions on my head. So think about how dumb your question is. Come on. I'm not trying to be a dick, but this is pretty common knowledge as to why I started shaving my head. Believe me, there's hate videos with 1 million views on it, so literally everybody knows this. All right. So no, I do not wish that I had a bloody, scabby scalp that bleeds and hurts. To answer your question. Coach, are bands and chains obligatory to do speed work? No. They're helpful, but they're not a requirement. I've had clients who don't have them who we do speed work with straight weight. There are times when I wish that I would just do it with straight weight to speed my workout up. And I might even do a week of it raw in between here and there. Between waves, I may consider just doing that more. Hi, hello Bob. Hello, poor yonder. You guys will hit the like button for me. We got new people rolling in, making comments, and the likes aren't going up. If you guys will hit that like button for me, I would appreciate that. It will get more views in here. So please hit that like, guys. Thanks, Coach. That makes me feel better as I like speed work. Yeah, I mean, you can do it with straight weight. Yes, the bands and chains are helpful. Yes, they give a more pronounced effect. They're not required. But man, do they help even with the overuse end, too. It's kind of one thing that's undervalued with conjugate is the ability to just completely avoid overuse. Even if you keep a lot of your supplemental work very similar for a long period of time, So yeah. But even that, sometimes we can rotate it. I use certain exercises because I really like them. But I mean, a lot of times, even if we really ran conjugate, it would be rotating them as soon as they stall is a common thing, but it's more for mental reasons. The best steroids used completely dependent on 1 million factors. Coach, if your weight is considerably heavy, can you still jog? No, I'm not interested in jogging. What are you talking about? What do you mean jogging harmful to health on the heart? Why would jogging have a harmful health on the heart? I don't jog because I don't want to beat my knees up. That's more my concern. That's not really beating my joints up. I don't care to, no reason. But jogging should be fine for your heart, even at a higher body weight to get in shape. But if you're worried about it, talk to your cardiologist. Do you have a heart condition that you're worried about? This sounds like a medical issue for your doctor. Also hit that like button for Daddy Guys. Come on. There's like 10 people asking questions. We got 4 likes. Y'all need to hit that like button. Come on, hit the like button. Hit that like button. Come on, hit that like button. Why do you think I'm on the cycle right now even? For legal purposes, I am on a replacement dose of testosterone prescribed by a doctor. There you go. My official public legal statement. Hit that like button for Daddy. God, I'm walking around with a 27 fat-free mass index on just that TRT, brah. Quote, legal statement. All right. There we go. The likes are up. That's right. Just a proscription, a test sip from the doctor. 100% legal. So there you go. There's your answer. All right, next. Walking. Yes, walking is good. That's why I'm doing it. So again, for those who don't understand, I'm training really hard right now, progressing hard, moving big weights. I don't want to further add to any impact on my recovery, so now I just walk. But I walk every day just for the extra activity, extra energy turnover, get fresh air, get some sunshine, and I try to do it fasted before I have breakfast. How's my day? It's going pretty good. I still have a lot of stuff I'd like to get done today, but I'm off to a decent start. Ideally, I'd love to get some consultations and clients today, but I have no calls scheduled this weekend. Like, I have no client intakes. I have no clients who wanted a call. I have no people who are paying for consultations. Like, it's all empty. You know, it's just kind of rare. I tend to be in at least a couple of calls on the weekends. No, I'm just walking and being gassed. Your mom is gassed in that air. It's funny guys go on about big guys, but you almost never see guys your size walking around. Right? You don't. You don't at all. I don't. Like, I go shopping all the time. I go do stuff all the time. I don't see other guys my size, and definitely not in my age bracket. I mean, occasionally, but you know how rare it is to see a guy who is not fat, who is over 200 pounds walking down the street. Is a relatively rare occurrence. Consultations are $100 an hour. We cover whatever we need to cover for your results, including, you're asking about drugs. Okay, evening, I literally do steroid consultations. I would say at this point, those are 50% of my calls, like, not joking. So let's say I do 4 consultations in a month, right? 2 of them are gonna be steroids. One of my regular steroid consultations finally just hired me to gear coach him month to month. Instead of paying for individual calls, and he has regular access and a monthly call. We just came to a financial agreement. Because he's like, dude, I done like 3 steroid consultations. Like, can I just send you my blood work and you just coach me on this, and then you can tell me if I'm doing something stupid, like week to week? I'm like, yeah, let's do that. But yeah. Coach, you've been smashing with the client volumes, your lifters getting results. The lifters always get results. That's how we do it. You know. So evening, yeah, that's how we do them. So hit me up on Facebook. You know how to reach me. It's underneath every video. Don't message my profile. I won't see it for a week. I don't know how many times I do need to say that. I have the links to everything under every video of how to reach me. Yet for some reason, people go find my profile, not my big page, and it's completely private, and I will not see your message for a week because I go check my spam folder occasionally. So that's happened several times. Even someone applied for coaching and they didn't get back on them. Then I'm like, dude, why didn't you send it to my page? They're like, oh, I went and did a search for your name, and it's like, just use my links, man. I would have got it within 5 minutes instead of a week. It's just kind of funny. What do you mean payment plans? Either I guess you could use a credit card through your PayPal or something. I don't know. No, dude, either you have $100 or you don't. What are you talking about? You Cash App me money. We do Bitcoin, we do Zelle, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, whatever method you use. I don't do payment plans. I might hit you up, Coach, but at the moment, living situation is certain. Hopefully next year. Cool, man. Sounds good. People do payment plans for a consultation. What? Sort of cray questions we getting. Like, I just paid my lawn man yesterday. We don't do payment plans. I send him his money. What are you talking about? No, evening Western Union is not okay. You're telling me you, yeah, I'm about to get rid of you, by the way. This is troll level questions. You don't know how to use any sort of banking or cash apps when you're talking about Western Union in 2025. I'm gonna give you about one more post before you're gone. What year are you living in? I just can't with people. I just can't. My patience for stupidity and nonsense has kind of reached just an all-time low, and I'm happier for it. You know? All right. Dude really asking me more about cash apps about Western Union. Does Western Union even exist anymore? Is that even a thing? You guys have lost your mind. All right. Oh, Lord. Man, this is only 17 viewers. This is a small turnout today. Oh, it just bumped up. It's because people didn't click like. That's what caused it. He must be in his 70s. He's got to be old, man. Well, we got a dude who's so old that he's talking about Western Union and asking me about steroids. Bro, you maybe need to go get your prostate checked. Stress test done on your heart. Next I say, he says, can I fax you? Yeah, can we do a fax? Can we do it by fax? What's your fax number? I'm telling you, man, these people. But yeah, as soon as they start with that stuff, we already know they're a troll. As soon as someone puts in an application and they start with silly stuff like that, I know they're a troll already. I just block them. They be wasting my time. Like, that's the other thing too. I don't deal with that nonsense. Like, if people don't drop that $25 fee real fast, I know from past experience, 100% chance they're a troll. That's why I have it there. It weeds out and saves me tons of time. They put in an application, I tell them looks good, we talk for a moment. If we exchange more than 10 messages and they haven't sent the $25, I just block them. Because I know they're a troll. There a minimum and max age range you require to coach? You have to be 18. The only exception I will make will be if your parent sets up for all communications a joint account and they are present for all video calls. Would be the only exception I would make for under 18. I want to have zero contact with that client on my own. Like, I want no one-on-one conversation with them or communication ever. So that's the rule. So I don't have a minimum age, but I have a minimum age where I will coach you one-on-one, and that is 18. A maximum age, I don't have a maximum age. The oldest client I've ever had was 63. He was decently strong. I mean, he could deadlift, still 315. He's 63 for a couple reps. So, I've done clients in their 60s. I've never set a cap though. As a coach, Peppermint, what do you mean? Like during the application process? Or do you mean actually made it to a video call? No, none of them have ever made it to a video call. They don't have $25. Dude, none of my trolls have $25. They don't have that. So, no, and they're too weird. They can't get that far. So even if they did, there would be all sorts of crazy red flags before they even got to the 25. They're too crazy. Yeah, 315 or 60s is decent. Thoughts on 250 tests and 10 milligrams Anavar a day? You mean 250 tests a week? Hope not a day, but I assume that's what you mean. I don't know that, you could throw the VAR in. I don't think that's unreasonable. If that's your preference, I would ask you why you're choosing to throw the VAR in instead of another injectable with the test, but I don't think it's out of order. right? You're probably not going to need any estrogen control either. With that little bit of R thrown in, probably balance everything back out. You know, I don't do any estrogen control right now because I'm just on that there TRT plus. Let's call it that. What do you mean plus? Well, DECA might have accidentally fell in there from my doctor. All right, but DHTs can have minor anti-estrogenic effects, minor aromatase inhibition, depending on the person. Strong as shell. Does glycogen make a huge difference for making muscles look full? No, it makes a noticeable difference. It can. I mean, I think I look bigger right now, all carved up. Right? Coach, you think Trump is probably? Why wouldn't he be? So if he was and he came out and praised it, I think it would be a positive thing. But I also think the entire left would demonize TRT immediately, and they would all come off of it. Like, I can tell you right now, people are so crazy that if he was and he came out and he said he was on it, there are people who would stop their prescription immediately and would suffer the health consequences for it. People are that stupid. Welcome to the modern world. And it's all sides. Like people say, oh, it's every political group is that dumb. They're all that fucking stupid. Everybody. The person from the other party is literally the devil. And if they say something is good, you're going to go to hell if you follow it. That is how they act. So I almost feel like, and I'm not even kidding, that if any major polarizing political leader of any party got up and said, I want to wage war against cancer, cancer is bad, at least 10% of the people in the opposing party would jump up in support of cancer and would actually actively try to get cancer in defiance. And I think it applies to liberals and conservatives both. And I'm not even kidding. I actually think they really would. People are literally that stupid. So had Joe Biden got up and waged war against cancer, there would be conservatives who went out of their way to intentionally get cancer to oppose him and would be like, actually, cancer's good. And it would be the same thing with Trump. Human stupidity regarding politics has reached the highest level I've ever seen in my entire life. There's my rant. I'm 100% convinced of it. I can't believe people, exactly. Like when your politics dictate the fine details of your life and your personality, instead of just, hey man, I lean in this direction, I vote this way. When it becomes your personality, this is a problem. Like imagine living a life that empty and soulless, to where your entire personality revolves around your political ideology. And I know people on both sides who it does. It's sad. It's totally sad. Red Chief says, hi, hey, what's up, Red Chief? All right. Well, we've been walking a while. I'm going to start heading back towards the house. I need to get Ted's vlog done. I think Ted's finished. I just got Gustav's up. I think Ted got all his speed work to me. So I need to get his vlog ready. Imagine if you allow politics to dictate your occupation, would you? Yep, that's true for everything. But people do that. Like, why do people do that? That's so dumb. Like, again, when your politics define your personality, you have a soulless, meaningless existence. Yeah, Ted's vlogs are good. You know, I just can't with people like that. I don't understand it. What does this even do for your training? What does walking do? Walking is good for your health and recovery. So Since we know walking is good for your heart, it's good for your hormones, good for your metabolic health, right? Just understood, right? You do know that, right? Walking makes you healthier. If you are healthier, okay, you ready? If you are healthier, do you recover better from your training and gain muscle easier? I think the answer is yes. So getting out and walking every day is good for your physical, hormonal, metabolic, and mental health. If those things are improved, your training will be better. Your stress will be lower, your hormone profile will be better, right? You'll clear waste products better. So yeah, just getting out and just walking, just getting some fresh air, getting some sunshine, moving will improve your training 100%. Anybody disagree with that? All right. I mean, I'm open to counter arguments. No, I'm not worried about not getting enough food. I'll be walking around at 220. I walk everywhere, and I've also been in shape even when I wasn't training. Yeah. I mean, walking's just good for you, right? It's just good for you on multiple levels. And I mean, research confirms that. Like, there's plenty of data on this too. Like, just getting a decent step count in literally linked to higher longevity, better health, lower cancer. You know, it's just good for you. You know, we have to take care of our health. Health is wealth. You know, we need a little more than just getting under a heavy squat bar, right? As much as I praise the benefits of strength training, we have to have other aspects of our health in line. Clean eating, good activity, stress management, you know. All right? We're playing the long game here, brothers. We are playing the long game. There we go. There's one of them. No, I have no interest in yoga. It's not my thing. Yeah. Well, I got him already. Imagine in the society we live in today that someone thinking that I'm flabby. Think about that one for a minute. When I got neighbors and stuff who are like, I wish I looked like you. When they see me out walking, they be posting about it in neighborhood groups and stuff. So just saying, like literally, look at the obesity crisis we have. And for someone to literally actually make that statement and think that they don't look like a clown. Wow. Yeah, exactly. They got serious. If they really and truly believe it, this person needs psychiatric help. I mean, I get it if they're trolling and just being a hater. But to actually really believe it, you know, I just don't know what to say. Can you do interviews with said neighbors? No. You really think I want to subject my neighbors to stalkers like that, psychos? Does that sound like a good idea? You sound like a troll. Anytime people want me to put my personal life onto the internet, I know they're a stalker, by the way. They're reporting back to the leaders and their little Discord. It's a whole group effort. All right. But, yeah, that's a weird question. It's totally weird. Totally weird question. All right, this one already reached 40 minutes, and this is, I did a little shorter one in Facebook, so we got a nice little walk in. Well, speaking of neighbors, there we go. He's got a wave, say hello. Got to be active in our community. All right, guys, I'm home. I'm going to wind this down. I love all you guys and gals, and I'll talk to you next time.